We're going to dissect every salacious detail, all the receipts, and the fallout that's going to blow up this dispute, so be sure to stay tuned for the twists and turns that will make it more interesting than a reality TV reunion. Now that you're on the edge of your seat, let's examine just what Camron is revealing in this. Careers, I promise you don't want to miss this, so grab some popcorn because the truth is about to become loud, messy, and downright violent. Jim Jones, Harlem's own rapper-turned-mogul, and his entire family are at the center of this explosive court filing. It's not just some trivial family feud or old-school rap feud recycled for clicks. Rather, it's a full-scale legal exposé with accusations so outrageous they practically beg for a Netflix series. Circle Camron's filing depicts a close-knit family business that is purportedly founded on fraud, corruption, and blatant deceit rather than just music and prosperity. If you recall the Dipset days, the legendary group that restored Harlem's reputation in hip-hop, Jim Jones is well known for his "The image of success and loyalty was created by gritted verses and streetwise hustle," but Camron's filing alleges that the image is a carefully crafted facade concealing a darker reality. According to Camron, Jim Jones's family has been planning a number of fraudulent business ventures. Venture firms that only exist on paper but transfer millions of dollars through intricate money laundering operations. One of these alleged companies is a real estate investment firm that appears to be legitimate on the surface, with high-rise buildings, excellent Harlem addresses, and a consistent flow of investors, but further investigation, which Camron claims he carried out with the assistance of insiders, shows questionable wire transfers, exaggerated property prices, and ghost transactions that imply the funds aren't coming from the source. Jim Jones alleges insiders gave Camron leaked bank records, reveal mysterious transactions in the millions, frequently followed by swift withdrawals to offshore accounts in the Caribbean and Europe. And that's only the beginning. The complaint also charges other family members with conspiring to carry out these scams. Some are specifically identified, while others mentioned anonymously. But the message is clear: this isn't a one-man show. The entire family is allegedly involved in keeping up this complex house of cards, and it goes beyond shady financial dealings. According to the documents, some family members were also accused of manipulating emotions. When things began to fall apart, others were allegedly set up as scapegoats and coerced into silence with threats of disinheritance or public shame. When family loyalty is used as a cover for criminal activity, you're looking at a toxic environment that extends far beyond rap drama. Family members dispute angrily about how to handle the aftermath in secret meetings held in private residences, with some demanding complete collaboration with police and others demanding silence at all costs. The story becomes much more tangled when you include tales of extravagant spending. One unnamed source described a party where champagne flowed like water, designer labels dominated the room, and the atmosphere was like nothing. Expensive automobiles, private jets, and lavish parties were all paid for using the very money that might be connected to these illegal operations. Fans recall Jim Jones's public persona as the self-assured, larger-than-life character who threw $100 bills in music videos and lived the high life. But Camron's petition raises an important question. How sustainable is that lifestyle if it's based on lies, supported by criminal behavior, and more significantly, how long can the family maintain this facade in the face of growing judicial scrutiny? Judicial experts who have examined portions of the file that were not made public naturally state that the accusations might lead to several investigations into anything from tax fraud to. They point out that if authorities uncover even a small portion of what Camron says, the entire family may be charged with significant crimes that could destroy their entire company. Of course, Camron didn't just reveal this information. For years, there have been rumors and whispers regarding Jim Jones's family finances. Industry insiders have long suspected that behind the glamorous exterior is a network of covert transactions that aren't always kosher. But until now, no one had the courage or the documentation to go public. And guess what? This court filing came at the right time. Dropped weeks before Jim Jones's eagerly awaited album release, sending shockwaves through the music industry. Was it a calculated attempt by Camron to take the limelight, or was it a sincere plea for justice and the truth? The controversy continues, and Jim Jones and his camp have redoubled their denial. Camron is being accused of trying to revive an old quarrel to stay relevant and calling the file a bogus witch hunt. However, the truth is that court records are real, and media outlets, legal analysts, and fans are already analyzing these documents. Social media is a battlefield. As fans take sides, hashtags like Enter Camron Court Battle and Tro Jim Jones Exposed are trending. Serious threads examining the possible fallout are also circulating, with some loyalists refusing to believe their hero could be involved in any criminal activity, while others say it's about time the truth was revealed. And not only fans, but also other artists are quietly voicing their opinions behind the scenes. According to some insiders, the accusations have startled but not surprised them, and the once close-knit Harlem rap community is now split, with alliances changing as a result of this court drama. Unfolds, all eyes are on the courts. What comes next might redefine not only Jim Jones's legacy, but the entire Dipset brand, which has had a significant impact for nearly 20 years. Will this family weather the storm, or will Camron's actions cause the empire to collapse? We'll explore the wild stories that didn't make headlines, the secret meetings, the hush money, and the power plays behind the scenes. The accusations will be covered in detail in the next section, along with the juicy information from leaked reports, anonymous insider revelations, and the public's explosive reaction to this scandal. Don't miss it. We're picking up where we left off with this legal battle. Camron's filing reads like a thriller, complete with bombshells, secret tapes, and financial trails that seem like they belong in a Hollywood crime movie. Let's get into the juicy details. First, let's speak about the money, since it's clear from secret documents released to sources that that's where the real skeletons are lurking. These are details that have everyone discussing behind closed doors and trending on social media. According to one insider who wished to remain anonymous, the Jim Jones family apparently runs a complex network of shell companies that pose as respectable companies near Camron. These companies supposedly transfer money via a bewildering web of accounts intended to conceal the real sources of cash flows. Investigators were informed by an anonymous source who claims to have worked in the family's financial management team that on some nights, wire transfers from nonsensical companies, empty LLCs created for money laundering purposes, would arrive. The source continued to detail extravagant spending, sprees that didn't match the revenue. Jim Jones openly stated that we're talking about luxury automobiles, private yachts, and far-flung trips that were bought without any obvious business rationale. Meanwhile, family members who were part of the plan allegedly received significant rewards, which further reinforced one file purportedly depicts a $3 million transfer from a Caribbean account into a New York-based real estate holding business, a transaction with no justifiable explanation, while another document exposes a culture of secrecy and avarice. Several cash withdrawals totaling more than $500,000 in a single month were all reported as suspicious activity, but oddly, they were not looked into at the time. The filing also claims that several family members opened multiple credit lines and shell accounts using false identities. Accounts further complicating matters. Camron's legal team claims this is a conscious effort to conceal assets and avoid paying taxes. But the real kicker is that the court filing cites a number of audio recordings that were allegedly taken by anonymous whistleblowers and purport to show private conversations between Jim Jones' voices are heard discussing off-the-books arrangements, hush payments, and plans to keep everyone quiet, while the money remained flowing in these recordings of him and his closest relatives. One clip, which was allegedly leaked to the media but was never officially validated, has a family member saying, "If the unsettling tone depicts a family dominated by fear and intimidation, of course the Jim Jones camp has rejected these charges as lies and distortions. Anyone who tries to speak up loses everything. This isn't just business, it's survival." Rap industry insiders have been giving clues for years. One seasoned producer informed a source, "I've heard rumors for years about some questionable dealings behind the scenes, but no one had the proof until now." One former Dipset associate, on the other hand, told us, requesting anonymity, "I'm not shocked that family money gets nasty everywhere, but this sounds like a whole other level. It's awful, really." And local Harlem officials and community activists have started speaking out, expressing concern over how, according to one community leader, "Harlem's history is rich, and we don't need a scandal like this overshadowing everything the community has worked for behind the scenes." The accusations could harm the neighborhood's reputation. Several businesses connected to the Jones family have reportedly started discreetly withdrawing sponsorships and relationships in order to avoid being drawn into the controversy, sending shockwaves through the family's business associates. According to reports, private talks concerns among business partners have focused on damage management and how to handle a PR nightmare that may get out of hand. They are attempting to determine which contracts to terminate and who is at fault, in the event that the feds become involved, according to an insider. Despite the lack of formal announcements, rumors of a federal probe have been spreading. A government source with knowledge of the matter revealed that the IRS and FBI are among the organizations that have expressed interest in the issue. The source also suggested that financial irregularities discovered in Weil, warning that investigations are still in their early stages. The filing matched patterns we look for in cases of tax evasion and money laundering. Back on the streets, fans of both Camron and Jim Jones have turned this into a full-blown cultural debate, with comment sections teeming with vehement, even rappers who are not directly involved have weighed in on social media, with some openly supporting Camron's pursuit of truth and accountability, and others subtly criticizing him. One viral tweet summed up the arguments, with some accusing Camron of betrayal, and others referring to Jim Jones's family as a mafia-style operation. In the midst of all the chaos, one thing is obvious. This scandal is about more than just rap. It's a warning about how power, money, and family ties can entwine into something dangerous. It comes to a head when hip-hop legends begin exposing family drama like a reality show. The story is just getting started. The last section will analyze the fallout and potential legal battles. Who knows how deep the rabbit hole will go? Will new players emerge? Will more leaks surface? Or will the family be able to put out the fire before it consumes them all? You don't want to miss what happens next, where we left off. The impact of Camron's dramatic court filing is changing the entire face of Harlem's hip-hop industry. And beyond the resignations, government investigations, and public outcry that might make or break the Jones family legacy. First, let's talk legal. The filing sparked a barrage of answers, with Jim Jones's powerful legal team fighting back. The formerly close-knit Dipset family is now fractured, the business empire is rattled, and the public is eagerly watching as the drama unfolds on every music front. Judges have already approved subpoenas for financial documents, and the courtroom is preparing for a full-fledged discovery procedure that could result from the intense motions to dismiss, which label the claims unfounded, libelous, and simply strategic. Bring several family members and associates into the public eye. Legal experts observing this case warn that if the prosecutors are able to obtain Camron's bank records, it might become one of the biggest celebrity-related financial scandals in recent history. Internal disputes within the Jones family are escalating, according to sources, and several insiders disclosed that a few important documents, including bank statements and audio recordings, were leaked. The consequences might be disastrous, ranging from heavy penalties to criminal charges. According to one source, there is a great deal of tension, people are picking sides, and some are getting ready to work with investigators to save themselves. Family members are discreetly separating themselves from Jim Jones out of concern that their own involvement may be revealed. Has sparked rumors of possible defections and closed agreements with prosecutors, a move that might change the course of the entire inquiry. Can you imagine family members who were previously faithful becoming witnesses in a courtroom drama worthy of a Netflix series? The public backlash has been nothing short of less dramatic. The hip-hop community is split. While some admire Camron for exposing corruption and standing up for truth, others claim that this scandal tarnishes the legacy of Dipset and Harlem's rich rap history. The debate has rekindled discussions about loyalty power and the effects of mixing. In the middle of the commotion, Jim Jones's brand partnerships are suffering greatly. Major sponsors have started to withdraw their endorsements and advertisements due to brand safety concerns, according to sources in advertising agencies. In the current social media environment, no matter how well-known the artist is, they don't want to be linked to legal issues. This financial strain puts additional strain on Jim Jones and his team, potentially influencing future album releases, tours, and business endeavors. One insider said, according to a confidant, this is not just about business, it's a personal nightmare family drama spilling into the public eye is painful and it's weighing heavily on him. Money dries up, but the true issues start on a more personal level. Despite the chaos, Jim Jones has been spotted meeting with leading public relations and legal experts in an attempt to plan a comeback and repair his reputation. There have even been whispers of a documentary on the issue, but nothing official has been confirmed. Meanwhile, Camron has remained quiet in public, but has been active behind the scenes, meeting with investigators, and getting ready for what could be a drawn-out legal struggle. He has positioned himself as the whistleblower, the one who dared to reveal the truth about a family business founded on dubious premises. No family secrets are secure, and no empire is untouchable outside of the courtroom, according to others, who believe Camron's timing wasn't coincidental, and that he may be using this lawsuit not only for justice, but also for a power struggle inside Harlem's rap hierarchy. One community organizer told us, "This situation has put Harlem under a microscope. We hope it leads to accountability, but also healing, because the community can't afford to be divided by this." Community leaders and residents of Harlem are preparing for the long-term ramifications. Even the media circus around the case has spurred debates regarding privacy. At the same time, local organizations and youth programs are allegedly concerned about money as sponsors reconsider their engagement, owing to the scandal surrounding one of Harlem's most renowned personalities. Loyalty and the delicate balance. Between sensationalism and the public interest, critics contend that artists' private lives should be kept secret, while others think that when public personalities have a lot of power, they must be transparent. As this story unfolds, the music industry will be closely monitoring. When the headlines fade, one thing is certain. The Jones family drama has altered the game. What began as a rap rivalry evolved into a legal and financial dispute. Will other artists come forward with their own stories? Or will this case inspire more scrutiny of hip-hop's financial dealings, or become just another forgotten chapter? Cultural phenomena that is making everyone reevaluate what loyalty and legacy in the hip-hop industry actually mean. What comes next? The court hearings are set to begin in the coming months, and according to sources, they may go on for years. In the meanwhile, further leaks are likely to occur. Drama and perhaps more people joining the battle. If you thought this was just another feud, think again. This is the tale of survival, betrayal, and power, as seen through the eyes of one of the most famous families in Harlem. Watch for the verdict when justice, truth, and legacy are determined. Okay, all right, family. After hearing all the crazy facts, the clandestine transactions, the family betrayals, and the court cases that have rocked Harlem's rap industry, do you believe that Camron is the ultimate truth teller, exposing a corrupt empire, or is he merely stirring things up to overthrow Jim Jones? Who is really at fault in this situation? How far do you think this legal battle will go? Is there any chance that the Jones family will recover from this, or is this the beginning? Does this scandal change the entire game for Dipset? Or is it just another chapter in their lengthy, messy feud? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Last but not least, if you're prepared for more exclusive jaw-dropping exposés, be sure to hit the like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a single update. I promise you that with stories this explosive, you want to be the first to know when the next bombshell drops. So until then, keep your ears perked up, and keep in mind that in the realm of hip-hop, reality is always more bizarre than fiction.